Hi, this is Mr. Perez, and I'm going to help you with your scheduling for sophomore year. To begin this process, you want to check your email for an email that was sent to you entitled 2017-2018 Scheduling Process. As the email says, it contains two important documents, a core course placement sheet, as well as a document that describes the scheduling process. We're going to go through the documents right now to help you as you understand as they contain a great deal of information in there. And then I'm going to show you how to complete the form that you need to complete your classes through the Plus Portal account. So the first document that we're going to open is we're going to open the document that's entitled for scheduling for sophomore year. We're going to go back and also open this other document that starts off with a bunch of numbers to look at your core placement sheets in a moment. So the schedule process begins with a few questions and a few points. The first one is, how many credits do you need to have as a sophomore? All sophomores need to have 7.5 credits during the course of their school year, including summer classes, in order to be a sophomore. We're going to see in a moment on your course selection sheet how many credits you have already been scheduled for, and we'll explain how do you make up the difference. I encourage you to go back and reread all the pages that are given to you here again, along with your families, in case you have any questions or concerns. If you want to know what the courses are about, you can click on the academics link on the St. Patrick homepage and find the curriculum guide, and it'll give you all the details about all the classes that you need to take. There are two major questions that should be guiding your course selections. The first one is, what do you want to study in college, or what do you want to do for a career? Right now in high school is the chance to get exposure to a variety of things and to think about what you might be interested in studying in college or what you might want as a future occupation. Either way, your courses should be geared towards taking those kinds of classes. Second question is, are the classes that you're going to take, are they going to be challenging to you academically? Yes, it's tempting to take easy classes, or what you think might be easy classes, just to kind of coast by. But the more challenging classes that you take, the better prepared you're going to be for college level work, and the better that you're going to do on things like the ACT and the SAT. And along with the courses you have here, along with scores on SAT and ACT, open the doors to better colleges and to better college scholarship opportunities. When we're done with this, we'll talk a little about some virtual classes that you can take through the Archdiocese of Chicago. So this is the second PDF that came with your email, the PDF that starts with all the numbers. That PDF lists the required courses that you're going to be taking as a sophomore. They're required because either they're courses you need to have here at St. Patrick High School, or they're courses that sophomores need to take in any high school in the state of Illinois. So every sophomore has a full year of English, every sophomore has a full year of math, either geometry or algebra, every sophomore has a full year of chemistry, every sophomore takes a full year of religious studies, Old Testament and New Testament. And then every sophomore has a half year of Office Applications 2, Fine Arts, PE Health, and U.S. History. The course that could be different on everybody's card is the second course, and that's the Spanish 2, French 2, Mandarin 2, or Language Arts 2. If you have a course number that says 400 World Language, that means that you are not placed in a second year of a language, or you have not been placed in Language Arts 2, and you could take a first year of a language. Those students who have 400 on their schedule cards, I'll call you down individually and we'll talk to you about that separately. So as the course card indicates, every sophomore should pretty much have 7 credits as their projected credits. Remember, the magic number is 7.5, which means that sophomores will typically need to take a half credit in elective during the course of their sophomore year. We're going to be seeing how that happens in a second. Some of you may have 7.5 already on your schedule card because you have 2 physical education classes on there. You might not have taken PE in freshman year, so you have 622 and you have 612 on your schedule card. If you already have that, you've got the 7.5 credits, we'll talk about that separately with you then. So this is back to the other PDF, the first PDF that we opened that lists information about scheduling for sophomore year. So the top page of this again links the fact that you have to have 7.5 credits. It goes to the courses you'll be taking again, and the fact that in sophomore year with 7.5 credits you'll have a study hall during one of the semesters of sophomore year. So just like in freshman year, you'll have one study hall either first or second semester depending on the schedule falls. If you wish to have a study hall during both semesters, you're going to need to take a class in the summer. So how do we know what level of classes you've been placed in? How do you know if you're in honors or if you're in De La Salle or if you're in Phoenix classes? Typically, the courses have been predetermined by your teachers based upon your performance to date. So your English teachers made the recommendations for next year's English class, your algebra teacher made it for geometry, your biology teacher did it for chemistry, and so on. So if you have a particular question about an academic level placement and why you were placed in that class, you need to have a conversation with your teacher as soon as possible. He or she will tell you his or her reasons, as well as to talk to you about if there's adjustments that can be made in that schedule. So do that as quickly as you can so that we don't have any confusion later on. Looking down at the bottom here, most sophomores have a course that's scheduled right now, a generic 300 course for fine arts. If you have that 300 course, that means you need to take another half credit of a fine arts class in order to get you to the full credit that you need to graduate. If you have course number 318 on your schedule card, you do not need to worry about picking anything. So we're only looking for students who have 300 on their schedule card. So again, if you have 318, don't worry anything. 318 will help you pick that. We're going to go through how to pick your elective in a moment by going through the course options as well as showing you how the Plus portal system works. We have two courses available during the summer. One is the Microsoft Office Applications 2. That's a continuation of what you've been learning about this year in Microsoft Office Apps 1. Or you could take the Introduction to STEAM course. This course, the Office Applications 2, will free you up to have a study hall during both semesters of sophomore year. The Introduction to STEAM course is an additional course that you'll take in preparation if you want to receive the STEAM credential on your diploma. This year in the summer we'll be renovating the existing chemistry lab to be our new STEAM space, and with that will come a new STEAM graduation requirement, or not graduation requirement, but a graduation honor. If you're interested in that, there's three people you could speak with. You could speak with me, you could speak with Mrs. Ferenz, or you could speak with your counselor, and we'll be happy to talk with you about that and to explain that process to you. Point number 5 is really important. Make your course selections wisely. We base our teacher assignments on what the students are selecting for next year, as well as the numbers of students in various sections for those courses. So therefore, what you are picking now will pretty much be the courses you're going to be taking for next year. If you have to make any changes, you need to do those as soon as possible. We will not have a variety of changes by the middle of April because we'll be sectioning for our teachers for next year. So if you have questions about any of this process, please come down to the office and see me, see your counselor, or see your teachers. Again, we're here to help you, so it's very important that you be in communication with us and talk to us at any point in time. Okay, so now we're looking at the course selection sheet. These are all the courses that are available to be taken during sophomore year. You can take any of these if you meet something called prerequisites. Prerequisites are courses or skills that you need to have before you could take one of these other courses. The prerequisites are listed in the course curriculum book or on the online registration form, which we'll be seeing shortly. Your placement for these classes is conditional upon you meeting the prerequisites and the skills that are required for those classes. So just because you pick something on this sheet doesn't necessarily mean you'll have it if you don't meet the requirements for that course. So we go back to your course selection card already, and you have 7 credits on there. Let's keep in mind again that you need to then add at least a half a credit elective to bring you to 7.5 credits. So the way this works is you pick the classes on this sheet that are of interest to you. You only pick the ones that you're interested in taking, not anything that you just want to click. The courses are arranged by department just for organization purposes, so they're not done in order to take one from each section. They're just done in this order so you can see what the different departments are and what the different classes they have to offer. So again, you're only going to pick those things that you're interested in. So, for example, journalism. If you're interested in doing any kind of writing later on in life, for like a newspaper or radio or television, journalism is a good course to take for that. That's writing for the online green and gold newspaper. If journalism isn't your thing, that's okay. You don't have to pick it as a credit for next year. We'll jump down here to the math next. So with the math course, this is an introduction to computer science class. That's learning how to program using the Java language. So you'll be taking that course and learning how to use Java and other programming languages in order to program computers. That's a one credit course, which means it needs both semesters. So if you take this course and you don't take anything in the summer, that means that you will not have a study hall during the school year. So you got to keep that in mind. With your physical education, this course is strictly a replacement course for the PE class. So right now you have PE 622 PE Health on your schedule. That's the course that most sophomores will take. Some of you may want to take the lifeguarding class, and that's fine. You can sign up for that. But that's a replacement. It's not an in addition to. So again, if you have 7 credits on your card and you're putting the PE Health, you're putting this lifeguarding class on there, you're still going to have 7 credits on your schedule card. You still need to pick another half credit from somewhere else on this. With the lifeguarding, you will need to have a swimming test to see if you are able to swim. If you're unable to swim, you'll be scheduled again for the PE 622. In our science department, we offer our robotics course, which is a 1 credit course. You can take that both semesters, and that's helping to build the robotics for our first competitions. In social studies, we're offering 3 electives. We're offering marketing, which is designing and creating advertisements, products, ideas for sports and entertainment areas. Sophomores next year can take the incubator EDU class. That's the Shark Tank model. We're creating and designing a product and designing to pitch it to see if investors will do anything with your idea in your company. Or you can take Model UN. Model UN is a club that meets outside of school time. It goes to conferences where you act as a delegate to the United Nations, the world body that helps to settle disputes. As part of that requirement, though, there is a $200 deposit that's placed in your tuition account in order to cover the cost of attending 4 conferences throughout the school year. So if that's an issue, please see Mr. Eisen or me about that, and we could talk to you about those questions. Okay, we're going to jump back up here to the Fine Arts Department quickly. Most sophomores are going to have 300 on their course card. That means they've already taken the beginning fine arts last year, and now they need to pick their area specialty. So with the 300 course, you've got to pick one of these choices as your course selection for next year. So again, look at the number of credits. If it's a half credit course, it simply just replaces that, and you still need to pick that other half credit. If you just want to take a 1 credit course, that's fine. You could take beginning band or jazz band or chorus or percussion. That would be okay, and that fulfills your 7.5 credits for the school year. You're going to notice that we don't have honors listed for jazz band, for percussion, for concert band, or for chorus. That's okay. Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Wojnicka will make the placements for honors based upon your level when you audition for those classes next year. Students who have 318 on their schedule card do not need to worry about picking one of these. So if you have 318 on your course card, don't pick anything in this area. You can just strictly ignore this. If you already had a full year of fine art this year, if you had band or chorus or percussion, and you do not wish to take a fine art next year, you don't have to do that, but you should come and see me, and we'll talk to you about the options that you have for picking your schedules for next year. So now we're actually going to get to the point in time where you go to the online source that you're going to use to register for your courses for next year. So you're going to log into your Plus Portal account. If you have forgotten how to do that, let me know and I can help you with that. And this is going to be through a browser. You cannot do this on the app. So do not log into the app. You have to go through Safari, through Chrome, through Firefox, or another such thing. But the most important thing is this is not on the app. You will not find this there. Where you're going to go on this document is to this point here where it says Course Request. So you're going to click on that link here, and we're going to show you what the next page looks like. Okay, so we're back here at the Course Request document. So that's what you pick from your choices. And what will open is there's a new document here, a link that says Sophomore Elective Course Selections. You're going to click on that link, and it's going to open us to the new page, which we'll see right now. So here we are with this. Now this form is going to continue down the side of your page. We're just right now looking at a small portion of it, and each page we're going to look at the different sections. I can only list so much on my screen at a time. It's broken up by the departments. You only pick the courses again that you wish to take. So again, looking back at your schedule card, you should have 7 credits on your schedule card, which means that you need the other half credit elective to bring you to 7.5 credits. You can always take one more, that's fine to do. If you take a full credit, that will take you to the 8 credits. But if you have 8 credits, that means you do not have a study hall either semester unless you take the summer Microsoft Office. So again, you've got to keep in mind you've got 7 credits probably on your course sheet. Now how do you get to 8 or 7.5? So if you wanted to take journalism, you can click on journalism. To see what the course is about, you click on this little circle here with the information, with the exclamation point, and it'll put a drop-down option box here that'll describe the course. It'll tell you what's covered in it. It'll tell you the levels and everything else that you need to know. If you wanted to click journalism, you just click the box there, and you keep scrolling down the page. Okay, so now we're going to look at your fine art options. This was on that same sheet as before. Remember, this is if you have that course numbered 300 on your fine art listing. So if you have this, you need to pick one of these classes down here in order to take the place of the 300. The 300 is not a real class. If you have a course that says 318 Fine Arts, you do not need to pick one of these classes. So if this course is in here, don't worry about any of this. You need to take 318 before you pretty much take any of these other courses. If you have a 318 and you want to take one of these other classes, come and see me. So for those students who have 300, remember what's happening here. You've got 7 credits listed. You've got that made up half credit of 300, so take that away temporarily, which means that takes you to 6.5 credits. So now you need to pick one of these, so you can pick computer graphics, which takes you back to the 7 credits. So remember, this is just a holding bin. That's 300 class is just a holding bin for the fake class that's listed. If you take a full year credit like art or men's chorus or beginning band, that will take you to 7.5 credits right away. If you already took a full year of a fine arts course last year and you do not wish to take a fine arts class this year, please come and see me and we can make arrangements for that. These courses all have prerequisites, so please be sure that you click on the little information link here below so you know what classes you have to take before you take the other one. So for example, you cannot take Honors Graphic Design 2 unless you have taken Honors Graphic Design 1. So if you wanted to take both, that's great. You can do that in sophomore year, but you have to take Graphic Design 1 before you can take Graphic Design 2. We don't currently have Honors Band or Honors Chorus listed on here. That's okay. Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Wojnicka will make their recommendations for the honors level later on. So if you're a band person or a chorus person, just check off band, check off concert band, or check off chorus, and Mr. Wojnicka and Mr. O'Brien will make their correct recommendations. Okay, we have a mathematics course that you can take, an extra one. This does not take the place of your geometry class. This is strictly extra. That's computer science. It's learning how to do computer programming. That's a full year course. So remember, if you take that class, that's the study hall issues. This is the lifeguarding class that takes the place of the 622. It's just a replacement. You do not have 2 PE classes as a sophomore. So this wipes that out and you still need to pick something else from one of those other choices. For lifeguarding, you have to be able to swim in order to take the class. Robotics is another full year elective that you can take not in place of chemistry, but along with chemistry. That will fulfill your STEAM credit. This will fulfill STEAM credit. This will fulfill STEAM credit. So any of these classes in your fine arts and the mathematics or science classes will help you get the STEAM credential in sophomore year. So now we're at a final section of the course selection sheet, which is the social studies and the summer school choices. So with the social studies, there are 3 courses that you can pick from, but again, you don't have to pick from these if you're not interested in them. The marketing course deals with the sports and entertainment world and creating products and services that relate to that. Incubator is a course that we're offering to sophomores for the first time this year. That's the Shark Tank model, where you're designing a product or a service and pitching that to investors who will see if they want to move forward with the product. And Model UN is the course that deals with the structure and function of the United Nations. Remember, that's the course that also has the $200 cost involved with that to cover the cost of the conferences. I would advise you, as I said with all the courses, to look at the prerequisites, which can be found by clicking on the little information icon here, as there are prerequisites in particular for the incubator class. Final section of your course selection sheet are the summer choices. These are strictly optional. You only need to take those if you wanted to take another study hall during the year, or if you wanted to take additional classes and free up for study halls. Again, if you have any individual questions about that, come and see me and I'll be happy to help you with this. The 2 courses that we're offering are the Microsoft Office Applications 2 and the Introduction to STEAM course. Microsoft Office Apps 2 will run from Monday, June 5th through June 29th, and we offer 2 times. One from 11:45 to 11:20 or the 11:45 to 3:20 time. You would pick either one of those 2 times. The Introduction to STEAM course is a brand new course that we're also offering this year. That's if you wanted to go into our STEAM graduation endorsement. What that means is if you complete this Introduction to STEAM and you complete another course in the STEAM sequence each of the following years, you can receive a special endorsement on your diploma. If you're interested in that STEAM class, you would either see your counselor, you would see Mrs. Ferent, or you could come and see me. The STEAM course will run from Monday, July 10th through August 3rd, 11:45 to 3:20, and both sets of these classes only run Monday through Thursday. We do not have classes on Fridays during the summer. So if you're interested in taking one of those, you'll check them off. If you're signing up for the Office Applications 2, then I will be contacting you to find out which one of those times you wanted to take. If you sign up for Introduction to STEAM, that'll be put on your schedule. There are 3 buttons here at the bottom that are important to understand what needs to be done with these. The cancel button clears anything that you've checked off at the top. So let's say you go through your form and you're just checking things off at random, and you get to the end and you realize you've got way too many things checked off, or you don't want to do those. If you press the cancel button, that will clear all the check marks. The save and revisit button later is if you are filling something out. You're thinking, I want to take the Office Apps 2 and I might want to take Incubator, but I don't understand what will happen if I have study halls. So what you could do with that is you'll press the Save and Revisit Later button, and that information will be saved in the form, and you can come and talk to your counselor, you can come and talk to me, and we'll help you with getting the information cleared up, and then you can take care of the form. The last button, the Submit button, this is the button that you press when you're all ready to go with your course selection. When you've made all your choices, you've made all your decisions, and you know what you're going to take or you're requesting to take, you press the Submit button. Once you press this Submit button, the form is locked. You cannot make any changes to the form after you press the Submit button. So it's important that you only do this when you are ready with your final choices. Now, when should you have your scheduling done by? You should have your scheduling choices done by Tuesday, 4/4. So a week from this coming Tuesday is when you should finish your course selections by. Okay, the final page of this document mentioned a program that we offer through the Archdiocese of Chicago called the Virtual Academy. We are unable to offer all the courses we would like to offer here at St. Patrick High School during the school year, so we have teamed up with Keystone Learning Products in order to offer a virtual program during the summer and during the school year. So these directions will explain how to do that. So I would invite you to read through them and see what the instructions and the procedures for registering for the courses are. These next pages offer the courses that are given at the AP level. Later on, you'll see enrichment courses. AP means that they are given for you to take the AP test at the end of the year. AP stands for Advanced Placement. At the end of the school year, you would take the Advanced Placement test, which is given by the College Board to see how much you have mastered during the course of the school year. And depending upon your score on the AP test, you may or may not earn college credit. So we do offer AP courses in art history, computer science. as well as in AP Environmental Science, European History, Psychology, and World History. There are costs associated with the program for the textbook that will be shipped to you, as well as for the basic tuition. So in addition to the AP courses, we do offer 3 additional enrichment courses through the Virtual Academy in video production, environmental science, and game design. So you can see the information about the registrations for that as well as the costs. If you want to register for courses through the Virtual Academy, the information is in this spot here. You would just follow the directions that are provided on the instructions and go from there. Okay, so now we're on the final reminders process here. So again, a couple of just brief things. You need to have 7.5 credits as a sophomore. This does include anything that you take in the summer. Again, be careful with how many credits you're scheduling, because that can affect whether or not you'll have a study hall. If you have any questions, I'm going to refer back to point number 5, come and see your counselor or come and see me. Again, if you have course 300 on your schedule card, please be sure to pick a fine art from that list we've talked about. If you have course number 318, you do not need to worry about picking a different fine art course. You're set to go. The course selection process needs to be completed by Tuesday, April 4th, as that's important as we get that done before we leave on Easter vacation. This is another major thing, is check your emails daily or regularly, because if there's any problems with the scheduling process, I will be emailing you. So I need you to check your emails and do that. That would be great if you do that starting after you submit the form. And finally, again, if you have any questions or concerns or problems with any of this process, please see your counselor, please come and see me. We're more than happy and able to help you with picking these classes, as this is an important process. We want you to do your best so you're prepared for sophomore year and prepared for beyond. Thanks for listening. Have a good rest of your day.